This just in. How exactly do you plan to pay your mortgage when the multi-trillion-dollar artificial intelligence bubble officially pops? According to a deeply sobering interview by Katharina Joino at Fortune, Nobel Prize-winning economist Joseph Stiglitz wants you to hold two completely contradictory ideas in your head at the exact same time. First, the massive AI bubble currently propping up the global economy is going to violently burst, causing catastrophic displacement for white-collar workers. Second, if you somehow manage to survive that brutal economic purge, the exact same software that tried to steal your job will actually become your most valuable assistant. Everyone is currently cheering for the robots to make them rich, completely ignoring the massive structural failures hiding right beneath the surface. Before you hand your entire consulting business over to a language model, we need to look at exactly why this financial bubble is mathematically guaranteed to collapse and why your messy human hands are the only thing that will save you from the fallout. To start, why is the artificial intelligence market guaranteed to crash? Well, it's because the tech investors are completely hallucinating basic economics. Stiglitz points out that roughly a third of all economic growth last year was based entirely on the artificial intelligence bubble. The market is pumping billions of dollars into these companies based on two massive, incredibly flawed assumptions. The first is that the technology will actually work flawlessly, and the second is that there will be limited competition. But global competition in the artificial intelligence sector is already incredibly fierce because the competition between US tech giants and Chinese firms is so intense. Even if the technology is wildly successful, those massive profits will be inevitably driven down to zero. They will simply never get the financial returns they expect. And when Wall Street finally realizes that the math does not work, the fallout will not be gentle. But a stock market crash is only half of the nightmare. The next question to ask is, what happens when the robots displace the office workers? Well, you end up with a massive, highly educated unemployment line and absolutely no safety net. If Stiglitz is right, the bubble will burst at the exact same time that artificial intelligence is actively displacing workers across the entire economy. This is a worst-case scenario. Modern society currently lacks the macroeconomic framework to manage this kind of massive, sudden displacement. We have no active labor market policies, no large-scale retraining infrastructure, and no industrial strategy to create new jobs. Stiglitz notes that artificial intelligence will make a particularly devastating impact on routine white-collar jobs. The people sitting behind comfortable desks with expensive college degrees feel safe from the automation that destroyed manufacturing a generation ago. But their sense of safety is completely backwards. They are sitting directly in the crosshairs. So how do you actively survive the transition if the government is not going to save you? Well, here is your ultimate survival strategy. Become the plumber. You have to accept that the software is a diagnostic tool, not a physical solution. If you zoom out past the panic of the bursting bubble, the long-term reality of artificial intelligence becomes clear. It is not a replacement for human workers. It is intelligence assisting. Stiglitz uses the perfect analogy of a plumber. In the future, a plumber can feed the symptoms of a leak into an AI, and the software will instantly diagnose a broken pipe in the wall. It makes the plumber smarter and faster. But you still have to pay the human plumber to smash open the wall and swing the wrench. You must position your consulting business exactly like that plumber. The AI can process the data, write the drafts, and run the diagnostics, but it cannot navigate complex office politics, fix a dysfunctional healthcare system, or hold a terrified client's hand. If your marketing copy sounds exactly like the cheap diagnostic software, your clients will fire you the second the economy dips. You must strip the automated generic jargon out of your funnels immediately. Get my 5-minute marketing fix. It helps you identify the exact spot where your messaging sounds like a vulnerable algorithm, so you can replace it with the undeniable human clarity that survives every economic crash. Stop losing sales today. You can download the fix in my description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What was the absolute dumbest tech fad your company aggressively invested in before the hype completely vanished? I'll go first. I still have PTSD from the year every corporate executive suddenly insisted we needed to buy virtual real estate in the Metaverse to hold our staff meetings. Okay, your turn. What embarrassing tech trend did you survive? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.